Alright you guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the final update of the Major Key Physique 6-week fat loss challenge. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's just water. Don't worry about that. So here we are. You know, this channel is all about being transparent, it's all about being open, honest. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you guys the date. If I can somehow get it up here. The date, Tuesday the 10th of April, it is 9:43 in the morning. And I am about to take my final measurements. This morning I went down to the gym, I had my final weigh-in. No food, no water, I was flat as fuck, to be honest. Because I did deplete myself quite a bit yesterday just to get that final weight down, which is what you can do. So this morning I weighed in at 91 kilos on the dot, which is a brand new low. And in fact, that's pretty much the lowest I've weighed in 18 months. Before I started the Making Gains series, I'd weighed 89 kilos. At the peak of my bulk, I got up to 105. At the start of this 6-week cut, I was 99.1. Now 6 weeks later, I'm down at 91 kilos. So that is a total weight loss of 8.1 kilo, which is amazing in my books. I mean, that is a result, and that is the result of sticking to a plan and trusting the process. And that's exactly what I've been doing. Now we get to the fun part. You guys have seen this before. So this is where I've been tracking my measurements. There's 3 things that are completely and absolutely essential to any transformation, guys. That is taking your weight, which I've done. That is taking your measurements, which I'm about to do. And that is taking progress pictures. I've taken my final set of progress pictures. Now we have 4 sets. We've got one on day 1, we've got one on day 14, we've got one on day 28, and we've got our final set today on day 42, which marks 6 weeks. So right now I'm going to show you guys my final transformation pictures. I took them this morning. This is no food, no pump, 91 kilos. Like I keep saying, one from the front, one from the side, one from the back, and one from the other side. So I've kept my progress pictures completely uniform. I've had the exact same lighting, I've had the exact same camera, same place, and that has provided me with some awesome pictures to now promote this 6-week transformation, which is exactly why I've been doing this, guys. I wanted to show you what was possible in 6 weeks with a plan that you trust and follow through with. And here we are. So you guys are going to have to trust me. I've got my tape measure. I'm going to take all of my measurements. We've got neck, shoulders, chest, waist, left arm, left thigh, left calf, right calf. So that is a total of 10 measurements. I'm going to get those done and I'll be back here in just a minute. Or maybe not a minute, but a neck minute. So I've got the results here. Once again, draft copy. We're going to put the final results in the 4th column, which I cannot wait to do, and then we're going to see exactly what the differences are from day 1 to day 42. Alright, that is done. Can you see the happiness on my face? I just want a cheat meal, to be fair. Like, I am quite flat right now, but I did that for a reason, to try and bring my weight down. But what that does do is really deplete the glycogen out of your system, out of your muscles. And so, you know, what I would say is that I'm in a bit of a flat, depleted state right now. So these measurements are completely accurate. I've been in this exact state the entire time, no pump, you know, first thing in the morning. And that is what I would expect my clients to do too. So here we are, the final results. I can't believe it. 6 weeks has flown by, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Here we are. So as I talk through these, I'm gonna put a little screenshot down in the corner so you guys can roll through them with me. So neck. See, my neck, well, if it did, apparently it had an inch and a half of fat on there before. Now it certainly doesn't. My neck is lean as fuck. But anyways, day one, my neck was at 17 inches. We've lost an inch and a half. Today it is 15.5. Shoulders started at 53.25 inches. In those first 2 weeks, I lost a lot of my fullness and they went down to 51 inches. In the next 2 weeks, it actually increased by 1/4 of an inch, but today we're down again to 50.5. So that is a total loss of 2.75 inches around my shoulders. Around my chest, we started at 47. Today we're at 45.5, so that is a loss of 1.5 inches. Waist, 36. After 2 weeks, it was 34.5. After another 2 weeks, it was 33.5. And I told you guys I was going to try my absolute very best to try and get it down to 32 inches by the end of this. Well, it's 32 point something, it's 32.75, so that's a total loss of 3.25 inches, which is the biggest loss of any body part, which is exactly how I wanted it to happen. You want your waist to come in, you want everything else to stay the same, or except at least a guy who has muscle mass does. Right up, my left arm and right arm pretty much tracked, the exact same way. It started at 16.5 inches, down to 16.3, 16.25, and today, in the relatively flat state that I am, they're at 16 inches. So if we're looking at my thighs, I've actually put the data on the wrong leg. So my left thigh is actually the value for my right thigh. So I've been dealing with a little bit of an injury on my left leg, which has prevented me from training legs heavy over these 6 weeks. So my left thigh is the one that's injured, has lost an inch. It started at 25.5 inches and now it's 24.5. My right thigh started at 25.5 and now it's down to 25. So we've lost half an inch, my right thigh. I am still, I'm still not completely sure about what's going on with my leg, but all I do know is that I can hamstring curl, I can leg extension, but anything that gets me down in the pocket to do with squats or leg press, it feels like it's going to go. It feels like it's going to snap. So I've taken it easy on legs. The final measurement is calves, and I was pretty confident that I wasn't going to lose any size in my calves. I hadn't trained calf for 2 years and I'd lost half an inch. So at the start of this 6-week transformation, my calves were at 15.5 inches. Today they are still at 15.5 inches, and that, my friends, is the 6-week Major Key Physiques Fat Loss Transformation Challenge. Done. What a relief. So I want to say that anyone looking at changing their physique but just lacking the motivation, lacking the drive, lacking the, lacking that one thing that sort of, just sparks it, it pulls the pin. It's like, right, I need to do this, and I'm going to, because I really want to, for these particular reasons, whatever they are. So if anything, I want you guys to get out of this series that it's possible, anything's possible. You've just got to start like I did on day one. Can you imagine how I felt after 1 week? Not really progressing too much, thinking I've got 5 weeks to go. Yeah, you can get down on yourself, but I always like to say, don't count the days, make the days count, alright? And every single day of these 42 days, yes, I would give a small thought to the amount of work that I had to be done, but for the remainder of the day, I was focusing on that one day, and dieting as best I could, making sure I got my training in. If I was going to do cardio, making sure that's done, and going to sleep every night feeling content with what I've done on that day without having to worry too much about all the work that is to come. So here we are. That's how I've got through every single day of these 42 days, and that is how I would advise my clients to get through them. But for now, I've talked way too much. I want to invite you guys to watch my next video, which is going to cover the entire transformation. I'm going to look at all of my pictures. I am going to talk about my dieting strategies, and I'm going to talk about macros and everything like that. Everything that I did in detail to bring myself down from 99 to 91 kilos in 6 weeks. So if you're looking forward to that, stick around If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like the video or you like the transformation, give it a like. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
One 16.8, 20.1% body fat. So the scale tells me nothing.
Happy Saturday! Welcome to week number 6. Whose idea of an amazing Saturday morning breakfast includes salmon and rice first thing in the morning before anything? Anyone? That is my refeed meal number 1 today. So I get to have all this wonderful rice that I also burnt and salmon. So I'm sure it'll taste great with coffee. Beautiful Saturday morning, and just finished my delicious salmon and burnt rice. Very good. My coach promised that I would feel amazing after eating that meal. Can't say I feel amazing. I actually really prefer my oatmeal with blueberries and egg whites. So just on my way to the gym, and usually I save my weekends for my rest days, and if I end up going to the gym, it's like a voluntary thing. So this is a little different. And Skylar stayed at home, which is fine because I'm on a mission when I go to the gym today. I gotta get my cardio in and I have to do my leg day. So no time for chit chat and hanging out, but excited to go in, get her done, and then see what the rest of Saturday will have in store. Finished a protein shake when I got home from the gym. Now I'm having some coffee, and this is meal 2. Eggs and spinach. So I could do a full day of eating today. Probably could do that. We'll see how that goes. But so far I had my salmon and rice this morning for breakfast. And now I'm having my egg whites and spinach. Meal 2. I don't usually eat in my bedroom, but there's light in here and I'm running around doing a million things, but I thought I would show you my next meal, meal 3. which is broccoli and chicken, if you can tell. Broccoli and chicken. And I lightly seasoned it with pepper, Himalayan salt, and some Bragg's. Meal 3. And I'm doing a bunch of stuff at home right now, but gonna go for a walk in a few minutes. Just went for a stroll, got some errands done, picked up some treats for later, i.e. 0-calorie drinks. It's getting to that point. I know they're not good for you, and you shouldn't drink them very often, but generally, if I wasn't in prep, I would indulge in a coconut water or a kombucha, but because I have to be very mindful of every calorie at this point. It's 0-calorie stuff for now. Also, really getting into the 0-calorie sugar-free, well, it's not 0-calorie, but the sugar-free gum, also terrible for you. And my dentist told me long before I was in prep that I shouldn't be chewing gum because I love chewing gum. But again, you gotta pick your battles at this point. I don't want to be miserable, so if a little sugar-free gum makes me happy, I'm gonna let myself have it for now until my coach says otherwise. But if you're trying to actually live a healthier lifestyle, don't drink 0-calorie drinks, don't choose sugar-free gum. It's not good for you. Do what I say, not what I do, unless you're on prep. But still, you should be listening to an expert. I almost forgot to film my next meal, which is meal 4 today. And I'm having more broccoli and chicken. It's very exciting. And some water. So, meal 4, broccoli and chicken, sloth on the couch, Saturday. Totally forgot to film my next meal, but I did switch couches. It used to be on that couch over there, but I gained the strength and energy to move over to this couch so we could be closer together. And my 5th meal of the day was ground turkey and more spinach. Put a little mustard on there to change it up. It was delicious, but I forgot to video that before. So, 5th meal down, 1 more to go. This is my last meal of the night, which is some rice and salmon. Again, same thing as my first meal, as instructed by my coach. And he wants to see how this will affect my composition after a day. So tomorrow I'm going to see him, have a check-in. I have posing class, have a check-in, and see how my body has responded to my salmon and rice today. So, very exciting stuff. There's Mama.
I think it did, Carmen, because it just
Watching some very intense curling going down this morning. I'm here, of course, eating my green beans and chicken. Meal number 2 today. Already had my egg whites this morning. It's pretty fantastic. Just finished posing class and I'm on the bus now home. I always feel a lot better after posing class because I meet with my coach and he's always very supportive and reminds me of our goals and how far we've come so far. So cardio so far I think is just going to stay the same, which is totally doable for me. So feeling good on a beautiful Sunday. It's Monday and I'm so tired. I stayed up so late driving Skylar home from the event that I worked at with them, and now I have leg day and cardio, so it's happening. Hello! Workout is done. It was legs today and cardio, and it's Monday, and it's actually a stat holiday here in Vancouver. And I didn't have to go to work, So it was very, very hard for me to peel myself out of bed today and go to the gym this morning. But of course, now that I've done it, I feel so good and I'm so glad it's already done and I get to go home and eat. I kind of woke up this morning and just decided I wanted to go to the gym right away, which means I didn't eat yet today, which is bad because I think it's like probably almost 1. And it's really not good because after you work out, you really want to at least have a protein shake right away so that your muscles have fuel they need to start to recover. You want to preserve your muscle and burn body fat. So kind of a bit of a fail on that one. I just finished my cardio and now I'm headed back to work. And I was just thinking while I was on the stair mill that I heard once a fitness competitor say that success or progress while you're training for a competition is not linear, meaning that it doesn't just go like this up on a scale. You start here and every day you improve until you get to the finish line, because that's just not how it is. You start out your prep, you have good days, you have bad days, you go up in weight, you go down in weight, you have good workouts, you have like mediocre workouts, and mentally it's all over the place. But hopefully at the end there is an overall improvement, but you can't really track it on a day-to-day basis, and that's kind of just something that goes for anything that you're training for, whether it's a fitness competition or you're training for a sport or whatever personal goal you might have. It's not going to be a linear process. It's not going to be that you can see progress every single day and change. And it's the tough part, but that's why it's important to, you know, track your progress in all kinds of different ways, through photographs, through like strength, through measurements, through your mentality, all of those things. So I'm just trying to refocus on that and definitely get more on the mental side of things, because that's where I think I'm losing a bit of my focus, and that's where it needs to be most right now. So Wednesday thoughts. I'm on my way to the gym. I have some pre-workout in my We Love Vancouver water bottle. And it's the first time I've ever tried pre-workout in my life. I think it tastes really sweet, like candy, which I like. So I think the placebo effect is that I just get super hyped at the thought that I'm having tons of sugar, but I'm actually having chemicals, which is not awesome. But I do feel a tingling in my muscles. Okay, so now we're at the grocery store and Skylar surprised me and met me at the gym, which was very sweet. And so my thoughts on pre-workout. I definitely finished my workout faster than I have in the past, and I didn't feel all crazy, jittery, and freaked out like I thought I would. So
because you did it all natural, right?
yes. So anyways, I'm gonna definitely probably keep using it for my back and biceps day, because it's such a long day and I usually dread it because it takes forever. So now we're at the grocery store, and I'm finding with each week that I'm closer to my competition, I get a little grumpier and grumpier at the grocery store. We just walked by the most beautiful display of avocados that I've ever seen. They were so big, and all of them were just the perfect readiness to eat. Also all the apples. So like, I don't really crave bad stuff, I just crave different stuff. Anyways, fun. Well, we're at another grocery store. Did we walk past the seafood? Anyways, I'm feeling very low energy with my lack of carbohydrates. So be prepared in the next future videos that this is going to be the level of excitement and energy that I have for things. Unless, of course, it's after Saturday, because Saturday I get carbs. On my way to do hammies and glutes. It's Friday. Woohoo! I've got my second experience with pre-workout lined up here, but this time it is the Vega All Natural. Under Skylar's advice, I'm only taking half of the little packet. They come in single serving packets, so I only took half. I tried a swig of this. It definitely doesn't have all the sucralose and taurine and aspartame that other brand had, because the other brand tasted like Sour Patch candies, and this tastes like unsweetened Pico orange tea. Where's the fake sweetener at? So, flavor-wise, not so good. Health-wise, probably a lot better. Definitely a lot better. Well, I am going to wrap up another week. I hope I have good footage. I have no idea. I can't remember anything that happened, but I did have a really good leg workout. In terms of the pre-workout, it didn't make me feel like I had any crazy burst of insane energy. I kind of just had the same energy I usually have at the gym, which I think is good, because I think if I didn't take it, I would have had less, I would have felt a lot more tired sooner. So I was totally able to get through the whole workout and feel good about it. So this is the end of week 6. Tomorrow is officially 5 weeks. Perhaps in my next video I'll talk about some of the things that I miss about regular life and some of the realities of prep that I knew I had some expectations of when I started this, but it's not until you actually do it, live it every single day, that you really understand the sacrifice, commitment, the inconvenience, the isolation, the time, the energy, everything that it's all consuming. So it's tough. Another typical Friday, I am in my sweats. Got my dinner happening here, just some ground chicken, spinach. So that's already been cooked, so that's nice. So just gonna chill. Kind of what I like to do best on a Friday. So good night, and I'll see you in week 5.
What is going on? Welcome back to the MKP. I can't say 6-week transformation anymore because it's been 8 weeks. I intended on stopping the cut at 6 weeks. You guys saw the previous video I did 2 weeks ago. Today is Tuesday, once again. Tuesday the 24th of April. And this morning I'm here to take my measurements. I'm here to show you guys how much I weigh. I'm here to take some progress pictures and give you guys an 8-week update. So the way I'm going to structure things going forward. I am cutting for 12 weeks total. I really do want to get in some awesome shape at the end of this. I feel like if I stopped after 6 weeks, yes, I made some great progress, but it wasn't enough. And if I was to transition back into a bulk at that point, you know, I can see it happening. 2, 3, 4 weeks will go by, I'll be sweet, I might put on a kg per week, but you know, once I get to that 4-week mark and I'm 95, 96 kgs again, which is definitely going to happen, you know, I would have lost all definition in my midsection and I'd pretty much be back to square one. So that ain't happening, and if it does happen, I'll be in great shape at the start of it. So if I do put on 3 or 4 kgs, it's not going to be the end of the world, but you know, I don't plan on that happening, guys. This cut was for a reason. It was to show you guys what's possible, and it was also to get me into some good shape so I can maintain it, so I can look impressive, I can take good pictures for Instagram, I can really promote major key physiques, you know, in some good shape and get people's attention. I mean, people in good shape with a nice six-pack gets people's attention, but most people don't have the journey documented on YouTube like I do. So I'm really glad I've done it. Before I take some measurements, I will show you guys what we weighed this morning. Got up at 7 in the morning, I went down to the gym, no food, I think I had about half a litre of water, and I took my weight, and here it is. I'm going to call that 89.5 kilos, which means that, going back, what did we start at? We started 8 weeks ago, we started at 99.1 kilos. 2 weeks after that, at the 2-week mark, we were at 95 kilos. Another 2 weeks, at the 4-week mark, we were at 93.15. 2 weeks ago, at the 6-week mark, we were at 91.15 kilos. And today, another 2 weeks on, we're at the 8-week mark and we're weighing in at 89.5 kilos. So overall, it was a 4 kilo loss in those first 2 weeks. From week number 2 to week number 4, we had another 2 kilos loss. From week number 4 to week number 6, we lost another 2 kilos. And from week number 6 to week number 8, we've lost 1.65 kilos. So if we can keep this going for the next 2 weeks, at the end of 10 weeks, I'm aiming to be at around about 88 kilos. And then from there, we've got another 2 weeks to go to make it 12 weeks, and I'm gonna get really shredded. So right now I'm gonna show you guys a quick physique update. I had trained some back. I've actually changed gyms. I've got 2 memberships now. We've got the Anytime Fitness membership and we've got Lassiter's Health Club here in Alice Springs. And they've got some sick lighting, as do most gym bathrooms now. So I went into the bathroom after training back, I did a little bit of posing, and here it is.
Aside from my soul,
So that is me at around about 90 kilos on the dot, and like I said this morning, I weighed in at 89.5. So it's not my lowest. I have hit 88 point something, but that was in a very depleted state a few days ago. So yeah, 89.5 kilos is where we're at. Now I'm going to take my measurements. As you guys know, we filled out this over the past 6 weeks. We've got day 1 measurements, day 14, day 28, day 42, and this was the differences. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip over the page and keep going. If I can find a pen. Alright, we have the pen. We've got the measuring tape. We've got the pad. Let's do this.
Next minute.
Alright, all done for another week. Feels good. What doesn't feel good is the fact that my measurements haven't actually changed that much, to be honest. I've lost another 2 kilos, but I don't know where it's come from. Let me just sit down and we'll run through them. That's better. Alright, so let's get these numbers down.
There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight.
So basically guys, all we've done is turned over the page and continued in the exact same fashion that we did before. So I'm just going to list out all the measurements and put in week number 8 right here.
There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think it's all angels just walk by.
Now if we're going to talk about the differences from 6 weeks to 8 weeks, I've got to be honest with you, there's not a whole lot of difference. In fact, yeah, I mean, where has the weight come from? I don't know. I honestly think, like, definitely the cut around my chest has got deeper. My abs are coming in more, but the width of my waist is not coming in at the moment, because I feel like, you know, losing fat is not linear. You lose, you know, you can't spot reduce. I see it as a whole layer over your whole body, and slowly you're chipping away. You know, your body genetically will hold on to fat in certain places longer than others. So with that said, over the past 2 weeks, I would say, you know, if anything, my upper body has leaned out a little bit more. My lower body, my legs have definitely leaned out, but my waist has pretty much stayed the same. So anyways, neck, 15.5 inches, the same. Shoulders, we are at 50.5, which was the same as last week, same as last time. Chest, we've actually put on 1 inch. I'm not sure how. I honestly think that last time I took the measurements, my chest was, well, I was just really flat, and so my chest was really flat. Waist has come down another 1/4 inch, so we're at 32.5 inches right now. Left arm, still at 16, right arm still at 16 inches. My left thigh is now at 24.5, my right thigh is at 24.5, which was the same as last week. And my calves have been pretty much the same throughout, which is 15.5 inches. So I'm you know, yeah, I say I want to get lean, I say I want to get shredded, but I don't want to lose too much more size. Although, you know, they always say, and it's true, the easiest way to look like you're 10 pounds bigger is to lose 10 pounds of fat. No shit. That is so true. So when this cut is over, I will be very depleted, I will be quite flat, but I will be very lean. And so what that means is that when I do start eating properly again, I'll start filling out, and my body will transform once again. You know, I'll do this 12-week transformation to get myself into this lean condition, and then that following 2 weeks is going to be a transformation of its own, filling out basically. So I'll definitely be making a video about that. But for now, I'm going to show you guys my progress pictures that I just took before. Once again, as I always say, 1 from the front, 1 from the side, 1 from the back, and 1 from the other side. So I've kept those very consistent the whole entire time, which means that now I have some really awesome looking before and after pictures, but we're not done yet. So that, my friends, is pretty much it for another 2 weeks. I will see you guys back here on Tuesday the 8th. Tuesday the 8th of May. We'll be back here, right here, take some more measurements. I'm going to do my very best to get my waist under 32 inches next time. 1 like equals 1 prayer. So like this video. If you have enjoyed the series, please like it. That's it, guys. Have a good one. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
There goes a sight, there goes a sight.